Bringing back rock band. Oh,
That
now we
was
got bye
perfect
bye
timing.
bye. I felt like I was in rock
Oh,
band. I don't know if anybody remembers that game.
oh yes.
Hey,
Do y'all get to play in sync tomorrow? Sorry.
yeah, bye bye bye. Just a wide variety of music. If y'all want different songs on here, let us know. We'd love to get all the genres to kickstart on this rainy Monday. But happy Monday, y'all. We are in March, so quarter one is already wrapped up. So whatever is not currently pending or closed, that we need to make sure that we're stacking for quarter two. And there are buyers and sellers out there, and it is busy. So all that to say is go get your unfair share. Want to start with I think this is funny that I'm presenting it this way, and then I'm going to let Linda um, essentially tell you what it is. Long story short, we've decided instead of doing long emails with all the different classes, and y'all are like, what's really going on at Keller Williams Memphis Mid South slash Oxford, because we have so much going on, we're going to try to simplify it. And so, who knows what OOTD is? We have now, it means outfit of the day. So, you young bucks on this call, the fact that I'm using OOTD cracks me up. But instead of OOTD, we're going to do class of the day. So, we're calling it COTD. So, be on the lookout for COTD. So, class of the day. Linda, what is our class of the day?
Class of the day today is the Tennessee contracts training with Wheezy today. At don't let me say it wrong. I want to say it's 12:30 to 2:30. Let me double check. Yes, that's right. 12:30 to
So,
2:30 at Ridge Lake.
COTD, class of the day. I would encourage y'all, and I know we're talking about value squared today. Please read these forms inside and out because you need to understand every single piece of that document so that you can negotiate to your advantage. So even if you're a seasoned agent, please do not let the fact that you're a seasoned agent keep you from going to sit in those classes. It is imperative that you continually sharpen your skills. And the reason why I say that is if I don't read it or go to a class every once in a while, I forget. So that means all of us forget. So I just want to give that friendly reminder. But all that to say, we're talking about value squared today, all things value and what separates our value. So one thing I want to bring up, I hear agents say this all the time. What do you charge for this? What do you charge for that? The question is wrong. It should be, what do you feel your value is and what are you going to charge? Not what I'm going to charge. What do you believe is your value and what is your unique value proposition so that you get to make the choice of what that charge is or charges. And I'm going to bring that up one more time because we talked about this last week or a few weeks ago. Let me go here. We were talking about, hopefully y'all can see my screen, bundling and unbundling of services. And I think this is important for y'all to understand. We always talk in terms of commission, but that is like a bundled value that you're delivering, right? So for XYZ, you are giving this amount of value and outcomes that you are guaranteed to deliver, and you're charging it, right? But you can also unbundle services. And I want to make sure I review all of these one more time so y'all understand what I'm saying. So bundling prices says I charge blank to sell your house. Unbundling says I charge blank if you bring a buyer. I charge blank if I bring a buyer. I charge blank if someone else brings the buyer. I charge blank if you buy an additional property through me. I charge blank for this bundle of service. I charge blank for the first bundle of services plus these additional services. So think concierge services. And I charge blank for the first and second bundle of services plus those additional services. There is never one set fee, and not all fees in terms of what you're delivering are created equal. So if I believe in my value and I understand the system that we provide and the investment that we provide and what we do to create more reach, then I may be able to say, hey, I charge X, plus I will walk your dog. I will coordinate painters, roofers, whatever, for additional charges. Hopefully everybody's following me. So you can do, yes, you can do a bundled price. My suggestion is think of it as like, if I do this, then I'll charge this. And I do that. If I know that you're going to buy an additional property with me, I'm going to charge X, or I'm going to give you a free move, which we do a free move program, i.e. a moving credit. So understand the value that you're bringing in the services, and then you get to decide, because it's what your value is bringing and or delivering. So I want to hit on this really quick. Cooperative compensation will be paid by either the listing broker or the seller. So it can go either way, right? The listing broker is saying if a buyer's agent brings the buyer, then I am agreeing to pay X if you, Mr. or Miss Seller, allow me to do so. And if you don't, then the buyer's agent is going to go direct to seller in the purchase and sale agreement and ask for whatever their charges may be. And then I think this is really interesting, and I'm going to go through this, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. It says 13 reasons the seller wants a buyer represented by a professional real estate agent. If I was y'all, I would screenshot this and make sure that when you are asking for compensation or whatever your fees are, you have this at your fingertips, so you could say what you're doing as a buyer's agent for the seller. Number one, it says the seller and listing agent will work with a buyer's agent who has been fingerprinted and undergone background checks. Let me ask you this, folks that have been paying attention. What does MAR, and I think Mississippi offers this too, what do they offer to make sure that you have somebody that has undergone a background check? There is an app. What's it called?
Forewarn.
Forewarn. So you've got forewarn already. So there's a value add, right? The buyer's agent will serve as an intermediary, can't even talk today, which gives the seller the best chance of reaching agreement and closing. So they will serve as an intermediary. A buyer's agent can work with the listing agent to solve the problem, help bridge the differences, to create a positive transaction, which is exactly what we do as we negotiate with the seller through the listing agent, right? Buyer's agent will work to safeguard the seller's home during showings. Buyer's agents will work to ensure that the buyer is qualified. This is a big one. This is why you want to make sure that the buyers are qualified. That's part of your value proposition. Buyer's agent will work to ensure that the buyer has the available cash, down payment, and closing costs. Also has to do with making sure the buyer is qualified. Buyer's agent can provide feedback to the seller regarding price and condition. So that's a value to the seller. Number 7, where available, the buyer's agent will use the forms that we are provided. And here's the caveat. If you don't know the forms, this isn't a value. So this goes back to exactly what I just said. You need to read through every single form and make sure you understand what that means. Seller and listing agent work with the buyer's agent. Obviously, we're all under a code of ethics with our local associations and the National Association of Realtors. Buyer's agent is properly insured. So obviously we have E&O insurance. We're properly insured. Buyer's agent will advise the buyer to write an offer that reflects market conditions. Buyer's agent will provide a list of the best vendors to choose from to keep the transaction smooth. Buyer's agents will guide the buyer through inspection to closing. Buyer's agent will work tirelessly to ensure that buyer maintains their credit worthiness and allowing them to close on time. So all that to say is, here's some great information for y'all too. Number one, I need to make sure that you understand every single line item and you're bringing that as a buyer's agent. Number two, if you're in the middle of negotiating with a listing agent or a seller, this is a great thing to say, hey, I've done blah, 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 blah. Got you a ready, willing, and able buyer. I'm going to make sure that they are pre-qualified. We're going to make sure that we keep moving this forward, and we're going to make sure that everybody gets to the destination in which they choose to be at, or when they choose to be at that destination, i.e. their new home. What questions do y'all have for me? This all depends on your system. So this is the reason why I've gone through every single slide, because this is creating your system. And your value is in direct alignment with the system and services and the experience that you provide. And so if you do not have these things, systematize, and then your experience more than likely is not going to be the type of experience that somebody wants to call you back and work with you again or give you a raving review, right? So I want to make sure y'all understand this. There are so many different things that you can do. I call it monetizing the transaction. You can, when you're unbundling the services, or, make sure if you're offering a bundle, make sure you're very clear on all the services that you provide, and the system and the experience better match that fee. Anybody have anything else before I wrap up?
Sarah,
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to be clear. Are you saying that do you have to offer a bundle as an option?
No. So for instance, going back to this, hold on. I did that wrong. Let me show you this. This is all examples of unbundling. So all of these statements, I will charge blank if you bring the buyer. So Mr. or Ms. for sale by owner, I will sign a agreement. And if you bring the buyer, I'll only charge this. But if I get to the buyer before you do, this is what I'll charge. If I charge blank, if you buy another property with me. So these are all different types of things that you can do to a la carte price. Make sure that you're putting in the right form and the right verbiage though. Okay. So make sure y'all check with the broker. If you're going to say, hey, I'm going to go tit for tat with the seller or the buyer, and this is what my fees and my charges are, or these are my menu of services, just make sure you have it written up correctly. So this is why you need to understand the forms and the verbiage in which I'll insert on those forms. Great question, Tijuana. Thank you. Anybody else? Here's the deal. When you are operating as a fiduciary, your price and your value should not come into question. When you're operating as a functionary, it will come into question. And I do believe, I've said this multiple times over, and I know that this is where it's going, and this is why I'm so passionate about it. You're going to have agents that understand how to be a fiduciary and understand wealth building and understand portfolios and asset management. And they understand how to be a wealth advisor in real estate. Or you're going to have somebody that just understands that I know how to unlock a door, don't really understand the forms. I'm going to use the form as a Mad Lib and just write some things in there. And then I have no clue what my value is. Which one do y'all want to be? Because I'm going over here. And when I go over here, my fees are going to look different than it is right here. Because we operated like this for so long, the consumer pretty much thinks that we we talk about car salesmen. They think that we're essentially putting our hand for a handout. And are we providing the value to help them understand that we truly are protecting their assets, i.e. their most important financial investment? And we're making sure that they're getting appropriate insurance. We're making sure that they understand all of the different things that we do to protect their wealth, right? So it's a totally different conversation. And that's why I tell everybody when we were talking about listing presentations and buyer presentations, stop leading with marketing. Everybody has marketing. Start leading as a fiduciary and start talking about wealth building and how you're going to help them net the most money in the least amount of time. So you've got to get really clear on that system. So for those that didn't see this, last thing, and then I'll wrap it on that. For those that didn't see this, you can get Value² in Command. And when you look at Value², this gives you all of the different stages in the process where you could actually take this and create a system around it. So what is your needs analysis? What's the questions that you're going to ask? Who are you? What unique value proposition are you delivering? And this is all in writing, and this is what's called a standard operating procedure, and everything's documented so you can deliver the same service every time for the whatever fees that y'all choose to do so. So this is where we become differentiators in a market, and this is where they, at the listing appointment or the buyer appointment, they don't need to interview anybody else because you're delivering a completely different product than I would say 90% of agents out there. All right. COTD today, class of the day. We have brokers. Weezy is doing the contract training, so hope to see y'all there. We do have 2 amazing broker opens 2 luxury ones. So it's a great day for y'all to go tomorrow to go get content at noon. Shauna Hearn's listing one, and so is Meredith Vesna. Make
Hey,
sure
Sarah,
yes.
mine's canceled because it's under contract.
Woo! Nice job, Shauna.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
we have one broker open tomorrow. That's a big one, Shauna. That is awesome. We have one
Yeah.
broker open tomorrow for Meredith Vesna, so we'll get that out as well. So y'all give some love in the chat. Y'all please go. I know it's raining outside, but it is March and it is time to go get our unfair share. Get to lead generating. I appreciate y'all. Make it a good one. Make it count. Bye, everybody.